Okay, I got to log into my email. Bear with me. I should have been more prepared. So I'll repeat everything I just said to you guys. Just bear with me. Okay, so today we're going to go through announcement letters. And what that's going to allow us to do is basically put together a 3-touch program for you guys to reach out to your database. So I will send these out to everybody who participates right now, but basically we're going to go through a script you guys can use to contact your database when it comes to announcing that you're in real estate if you haven't already. And then we're also going to talk about announcement letters. So the great thing about an announcement letter is that this is a very soft kind of, no pressure touch for your database, and also people that are in areas where, let's say, you previously lived, where your parents live, so on and so forth. The goal of this is to turn it into a 3-touch process. So what you're going to do is get a list of addresses, and you guys can talk to our title company, Real Advantage, if you guys need a list of people in a neighborhood you've lived in, for example. Or in your database, you could always reach out to people initially to say, hey, can I have your address? I want to send you something. That's a touch. And then send the letter, or call them after you send the letter and say, hey, I'm actually going to be sending you something in the mail. Just want to, use this script, announce that I'm in real estate, basically. And then the third step from there would be text them a week after you send the letter to make sure they got the letter, and then just reconfirm, okay, if you know of anybody that needs real estate help, just let me know. Right. So the goal here is to turn this into a 3-touch process. And kind of what I want to start teaching you guys is that anytime you have any form of marketing piece or, lead generation activity, you can actually turn it into multiple different, strategies or touches in that way. So what we're going to go through, I'll just read you mine real quick. So I used to sell cars. So a lot of these people were people I had previously worked with in a different industry. So that's why it says, dear friends, family, past customers. So congratulations, you opened my letter. I always like to say stupid stuff and throw on jokes just because that's my personality. I'm not super serious, but I was hoping you wouldn't throw it away. Just kidding. I have some exciting news to share with you. So I love being rewarded, helping people accomplish their goals and move forward in life. That is why I've changed my career and recently became a realtor, so I can focus on helping my friends and family when they need help buying, selling, or investing in real estate. I decided to team up with Keller Williams because they are the #1 real estate company in the world. Not only am I having the time of my life as I am learning how the real estate industry works, I am also loving helping people in their biggest and usually most stressful transaction in their lives. I also want to help you, your family, your friends, and even the strangers you meet while waiting in the line at Walmart find your dream home or sell your current home. One last thing, the market is fantastic right now for sellers wanting to make good money on their homes, or buyers looking for plenty of inventory to choose from. Can I ask a favor? If you know of anyone who is looking to buy or sell a home, would you please think of me and send me their information? If you know me well, you know that I will do everything possible to make their dreams come true. And then at the bottom, I have my information at the time, which is super outdated. But I had my Instagram for my, business Instagram, business Facebook page, all my information. And I would actually sign my signature here on each one and write a handwritten note like, hey, John, it's been so great, whatever. Right. So it's a simple way to make it personalized, but still get the message across in a mass format. So my challenge to you guys, we're going to take, and Mariah, I know you're on Zoom, so it's going to be a little tough, but I'll actually send you this script when we get off this call. So that way you can go through it. So the one thing I just want to preface, I don't expect you guys to be robotic and use this exact script to a T. What I recommend you do is you read through it, take the key points that you enjoy about it, and then make it your own, right? Because that's ultimately what scripting is for. It's not to make you sound like a robot. It's to just help you know what to say and when to say it. I spoke to Tyson, and an easy way to think of scripting is there's usually, a 3 or 4 step process where you're kind of getting to the end goal of the conversation, but you're doing so in a way that's strategic and making the other person feel like the conversation was actually worth it. I don't like the super direct scripts where you're like, hey, this is Riley. Do you know anybody looking to buy or sell? Bye. Move on, like smile and dial kind of thing. I like this because this allows me to, like we talked about last week, the Ford method, build a relationship, collect information from that client, make sure you understand where they're at in life, what they're up to, and then also plug yourself in as the real estate agent and hopefully as a point of contact for them for anything real estate related. So the script would go, calling someone, hey, is this John? Yeah. Hey, this is Riley. How you been? Oh, I've been so great, whatever. So great to hear from you. Awesome. Well, I'm just curious, man. It's been a while since we talked. How's your son? Because let's say, I don't know, I'll use an example. Let's say this guy's named John and I know his son. Well, how's your son, Scott? oh, he's doing great. He's actually just going to college and, playing soccer, and it's been awesome. Oh, great, man. Yeah, I talked to him a couple weeks ago, but I was thinking of you and just wanted to say hi. I hope you're doing well. Are you still actually working over at Geneva Steel? Oh, yeah, I am, man. Oh, you're probably pulling crazy hours, right? Summertime coming up. Oh, yeah, I'm working 80 hours a week, whatever, right? You just let the conversation flow. And then eventually get to, okay, awesome, man. Well, do you have any plans to go camping this summer? I know a couple of years ago, I went with you and your family. That was a blast. Where are you guys going to go this year? Oh, we're going to go to Flaming Gorge and Goblin Valley, and we have all these different trips planned and whatever. And the whole time you're taking notes, right? You want to remember these items so that way when you talk to them in the future, you can reference them like we talked about last week. And then, hey, man, so dream is weird because it's kind of weird to ask like your friend's dad or whatever, like, what are your dreams, John? Like, that's kind of weird, right? But something you could say is like, well, cool. Do you have any big goals for the year? What's your plan this year? It could be something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be anything specific. You don't have to know this guy's dreams. But again, the goal is just to get them talking about themselves, let them know they feel heard, and then jump into your pitch or your part of the conversation, which is basically like, so I'm going to take this script and I'm just going to, as I read it, internalize it and make it my own, right? So, well, yeah, John, I was just calling to let you know I'm actually a real estate agent now. And I thought of you because I feel like, we're on good terms and you'd be someone who's willing to support me in my business, right? Especially since you know my track record, or what, obviously you may not have a track record, but especially since you know me as a person and, hopefully I built that relationship with you where, I'm a good person. I'll take care of your people. I'll also, if you're curious, I've got a cool real estate app I'd love to send you. If you're ever shopping, I know that I used to always look at houses even when I wasn't an agent. It's just kind of fun. This app's probably the way to go, like whatever, you could clean that up. I'm just spitballing here. But again, you're just taking the key points of that script and making it your own. So it doesn't sound like, hello, John, this is Riley from Keller Williams. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Like if you actually know somebody, they're going to feel really weird by you doing that. So you have to internalize it, right? So I'd also like to offer you a real estate update on your neighborhood. So, I think I have your address. Is this correct? Perfect. Well, hey, sometime this week, I'll send you a CMA. We'll chat about it. If you have any questions on that, let me know. I'm going to make it a habit once or twice a year to check in and just keep you updated on your property values. Is that cool? Awesome. Well, hey, I'm building my business on the people I know and people they know, because, it's a lot more fun to work with people that know, like, and trust you and vice versa. So if you have anybody that comes to mind, whether that's someone you know, or maybe you talk to someone at the grocery store or something and they mention they need something real estate related, would you mind just passing my name along to them? Awesome. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. And then obviously here, if the referral is given, would you mind just giving me their name and phone number, maybe putting us in a group chat? This is the way I like to get referrals, is I recommend my clients put me in a group chat with that person for two reasons. One, they're the one making the introduction. So that person's going to feel a lot less uncomfortable about talking to me in that group chat initially until I earn the right to talk to them separately. And then you also get their contact information in a passive way, right? Because the thing is you could tell people all day long, give out my info, but how likely is it someone's actually going to call you? Very unlikely, right? And then optional, so you guys can also invite them for some face-to-face time. Shoni and I discussed this, and you guys have probably seen this in like ProU and Trello. This is your network equity, right? So this is your ability to then continue that relationship, maybe invite them to, some lunch, grab coffee. Maybe we're doing an event here as a team you can invite them to about real estate, something along those lines, provide them value. And then obviously, thanks. I look forward to seeing you. So any questions so far on that? So Mariah, I will send this to you. And I don't know if anybody else is in Zoom. Let's see. I don't know how to check. Hey, Ritz, who else is on this call?
We got Carla.
Okay, Carla. So if you guys don't mind, send me a text message just to remind me so I don't forget. And I will send you guys these resources and scripts. And I'll even invite you guys to the Canva file to make your own announcement letter if you haven't already. And I think this is a great way. Carla, you mentioned you were doing thank you notes. I think that's amazing. And the great news about this announcement letter is you could actually, like I say, turn it into both, where you're announcing your real estate and then down at the bottom, you're writing a quick personalized handwritten note, just so they know it wasn't just like your assistant sending it, but you actually took the time to print this out, write a note for them, put their address on a note card and send it to them, and then follow up. And I don't know how long you've been here, Carla, but I'll just quickly repeat this. The goal with a strategy like this, or lead generation strategies in general, is to try to get multiple touches out of it. So you don't want to just send the letter cold and then just hope that they call you back. The ideal thing to do is, number one, if you don't have their address, text or call them, get their address. So that's one touch. Number two, send the letter and then call them and let them know, hey, I just sent you a letter. And you guys could always, you don't every time have to do the forward script. Like if you've already talked to them 2 days ago, it's probably not a good idea to be like, so what are your plans for the summer? They'll be like, this guy's a weirdo, right? This girl's a weirdo. So the goal is, again, get their address. So that's a touch. Send the letter. That's a touch. Call them shortly after sending the letter. Let them know you sent it. That's a touch. And then text them about a week or so after sending it to make sure they got it. And if they didn't, so you can then obviously resend it. So there's a total of 4 touches to your database, and the course of a week and a half. That's not going to feel high pressure. That's not going to feel weird, but it's also going to give you the opportunity to get that top of mind awareness with these people. So send me a text message. I will send you a copy of this. There's another one I've given the students here today that will also, get another copy of a similar announcement letter, just a little different. You guys can take bits and pieces from both and make it your own. And then I'll also send you the script that we're about to role play. Do you guys have any questions on Zoom?
Nope.
Okay, so my action plan for you guys is do your announcement letters. So take some time. I wrote actually some notes. Let me pull those out real quick. Just make sure I don't miss anything. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, so yeah, basically just want to make sure you guys get your announcement letters done. If you would text me a deadline on when you think you can have those sent out. I sent 200 out in a week. So obviously you guys are busy. I totally get that, but no excuses. Just make sure, even if you're saying, hey, I'm going to do, 20 a week for the next 3 weeks. And that's how many, how many you have total to send. That's better than nothing. And then take time to read over the script that I'll send out and just internalize it, because it'll help you guys make those SOI calls a lot easier in general, but also have a reason to call them to announce you're in real estate. So that's my challenge to you. Handwritten note on each. Text me a deadline and when you think you could have them sent out and how many you plan on sending. And then if you need some help, I'm happy to help. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm going to end the Zoom.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys.